If you know me, you know I love some marshmallow fondant. So I make my own marshmallow fondant and use it for most of the decorations on my cakes. It does take a little practice to get it perfect, so I'm going to show you how I make it. Now, I do have a video where I give you an exact recipe. This will be linked below, but I find that depending on the humidity in the air, I have to add more or less of the ingredients, so I eyeball it. So I start with 10 ounces of marshmallows. These are the big marshmallows. Plus, I have a couple extra marshmallows because I use a little bit more than 10 ounces. A 2 pound bag of powdered sugar. This is just regular 10x powdered sugar. And then I usually have just a little bit more just in case I need more powdered sugar. Then I have some light corn syrup, and I have this glass bowl. It's a 2.5 quart glass bowl. And I used to grease the bowl. I don't have to grease the bowl anymore. So I'm putting the entire 10-ounce bag of the marshmallows in here. And then I take that out of the bag and I put maybe like 7 or 8 more marshmallows in there. And then I eyeball it, but it's about a tablespoon of this light corn syrup. And then I'm just adding really quick the water, which is about 1 to 2 tablespoons. And I'm putting that in the microwave for 1 minute and 45 seconds. And while that's melting, I like to sift my powdered sugar. So I put the bowl in the sink and I have a sieve and I'm sprinkling that powdered sugar in the sieve and just shaking it left and right. I saw somewhere that you can actually put all the powdered sugar in a blender to get rid of all the lumps. However, I just continue to do this and you can see all the lumps that I caught there. So that's not going to be in the fondant. So I did a little more than half of the bag in the mixing bowl and the rest of the bag I'm doing in an additional bowl and I'm setting that aside. Now I got those out of the microwave and I'm stirring these until they are completely melted. Now's the time you would want to add any extracts or coloring to the marshmallows as well. And I'm adding the entire contents of this bowl to the mixing bowl. And then I want to add a little bit more of that sugar that was in that extra bowl. So that was just a little bit of it, not all of it. I put the dough hook attachment on here and I'm mixing this in real time. I didn't speed it up so you could see how slow I'm mixing it. So I have that on the lowest setting, that is the stir setting. And it usually takes about a minute or two for everything to be incorporated. So you have to be patient with it. I covered it with a towel just so I didn't get a sugar cloud all over my kitchen. So now I'm going to check on it. So it was about 45 seconds and this sugar is still sticking to the sides. So I'm keeping it on the very low speed and I'm just taking my spatula and I'm scraping all of that sugar off of the sides and trying to get it down to the bottom of the bowl so it can be incorporated while it's mixing. If the sugar just sticks to the sides, it's not going to incorporate into the entire thing. So you do have to use your spatula and just encourage it to mix together. Now there's still a lot of sugar towards the bottom. So what I like to do is add a little bit of water. Now you can see how I have that entire tablespoon full, but I'm just doing a couple drops at a time. I did one kind of towards the front and one kind of towards the back. And it was probably about a half a teaspoon that I was dripping in there. You do not want to add too much water. If you add too much water, it is going to be too wet. So I'm going to lift this up and you can see that fondant is not holding itself around the hook. So I need more sugar. So I poured in just a little bit more. Remember, you can always add more. You can't take it away. So I'm stirring it on low and lifting it up. And now you can see I turned it on high just to mix it a little better, but that fondant is starting to form a ball around the hook. Now, when I lift it up, it's still falling to the bottom of the bowl. So I just want to add a little bit more powdered sugar. And that was maybe like a half or a quarter of a cup. And again, I'm turning it on high once it's all mixed just to make sure that it is thoroughly mixed. And I'm going to lift it up and you can see now it's holding itself around the hook. So now I'm washing my hands. I always wash my hands whenever I'm working with my cakes. I have some Crisco shortening here. I'm getting some on that countertop and getting some in my hands so this fondant doesn't stick. And then I'm going to remove the fondant from the bowl and I'm just going to get all these pieces in here and you can see I've removed it all and I'm just kneading all of this together. After I knead it together, I like to add some Tylose powder. Tylose powder is going to help this fondant become a little more stretchy and hold its shape. So that looked like a lot, but it was only about a half a teaspoon and I'm just going to knead it in here. I always add about a half a teaspoon to all of my marshmallow fondant that I make. And then if I need to make other pieces, other decorations, I will add more Tylose as needed. but I always start with a half teaspoon and I'm sprinkling down some cornstarch and rolling it in the cornstarch. And look how nice this looks. I need to let it sit. I don't like to use it right away. So I'm getting a piece of plastic and putting it in the middle and I am wrapping it up. And I never use it right away. I always like to make it at least a day in advance. And this is the container that I store it in. So I do have a batch in here that I didn't use. I made that last week. So I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to put the newer batches in the bottom. So I have that one and I made another one. I'm going to stick that in there. And I keep a Ziploc bag in here because when I break a piece of that off, I'm going to store the rest of it in that Ziploc bag. And then I like to put a piece of plastic on the top and just to prevent any air from getting in here. And then I will put the lid on here. And that should sit well at room temperature for about a month. And you can freeze it even longer. But with this process, it's going to be difficult in the beginning. You need to practice a few times in order to get it right. But once you know how to make your marshmallow fondant, you're never going to want to buy the store-bought fondant. It's so much easier to work with. You can make so many beautiful decorations out of it and really take your cakes to another level.